Would I sell my soul to the devil for an unlimited supply of cup for cup? Hi friends, I'm Coley, this is Sweet Peaches Nutrition, and today we're doing something a little bit different, a little silly. We are going to be tier ranking gluten-free brands. So I have my computer down here that I'll be looking at. This is like a YouTube trend that's been going around. I know that because I've seen all of 2 videos of people doing it. I have seen Tyler Oakley ranking types of potatoes and Hannah Witten ranking sex toys. So clearly the next logical step was for me to rank gluten-free brands. So I will leave the link below if you want to play along and argue with my choices. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we have 5 tiers. The top one is like the God tier, the best, and let's get into it. First, we have Against the Grain. So they, I know they make, and I've tried pizza, frozen pizza, as well as like frozen baguettes that we got once to try for fondue. And it definitely was not my favorite. Like, there's a really sweet, like, crust, and not for me. But it was, like, edible, so I guess I'll start with it here. Second from the bottom. We'll see as other things pan out. Alright, next, Amy's. Amy's mostly does frozen dinners, frozen burritos, things like that, and all of their stuff isn't gluten-free, but a lot of it is, and they also do dairy-free, vegan. I think all their stuff is vegetarian. Anyway, they offer a lot of easy frozen dinners for people with different dietary restrictions, and honestly, they're really delicious. Like, for frozen dinner, it's a great thing. They're broccoli cheddar bowls. Like, if you're in a pinch and don't know what to eat, they're really good. So I think I'm going to put them in B. I'll put them above Against the Grain for now. Pretty good. Alright, next up is Annie's. Similar name. I always get them a little bit confused in my head. Again, not all of their products are gluten-free, but they do make a lot of stuff that's gluten-free. My favorite being the gluten-free mac and cheese. Again, boxed mac and cheese is like nothing to write home about anyway, but it's a good staple, and honestly, I've been really into it lately, so I think it'll live with Amy's. You know, pretty good. Okay, next up is Be Free. Their products, I feel like, are not as easily found. And, let me tell you a story. I went to a gluten-free expo when I was living in Portland. They had a booth there, and they sold pitas, pita pockets, and they were so good. Because that's one of those novelty food things that's fun to make your food into a bread pocket, and they were really good. But I've never found them in the stores. I only found them the 2 years I went to that expo, and I bought a bunch. I mailed some to my mom, but I've never been able to find them in the stores. Those were really good. They also make little dinner rolls that are fine. They make tortillas that are pretty good, but now other tortillas have come out that are better, so they're pretty average, I'd say. Okay, I might have to move Against the Grain down and move some of these a little bit more. Okay, next, Bob's Red Mill. Again, not entirely gluten-free, but make a ton of gluten-free products and make a lot of flours and stuff. And Bob's Red Mill is a staple. I'm not a huge fan of their gluten-free flours that are made to be a gluten-free blend. They have a 1-to-1 baking flour that's fine, not really great, but I do love that you can get garbanzo bean flour, you can get coconut flour, you can get xanthan gum from them. I think they may have to go A, just because they offer such a wide variety of things, and they're pretty cool. Alright, next up, Canyon Bakehouse. Canyon Bakehouse is my new favorite. They really have stolen my heart. Their bagels are really good. They're my go-to bagel now, and recently my store started carrying their burger buns, and their burger buns are phenomenal. For a while I was I just bought bread because sometimes you need a sandwich or you need like a bun for your burger or whatever, but it wasn't like, I didn't like a bun. But their bun is really good. It like toasts up perfectly while it's like crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside, but it's not like that gluten-free gummy like crumbly. It's like actually fluffy. Yeah, I think they gotta go top. They gotta go God tier. They are really good. Top of the thing so far. Okay, and then next up is Cup for Cup flour. They are a gluten-free flour blend, and if you do not know my love for Cup for Cup, you have not been around here long, because like I don't know, I love them so much. They are amazing, and like literally they are what like led me to believe that I could bake with gluten-free flour. They definitely are going to the top. I love them so much. Okay, next we have Enjoy Life. Enjoy Life I feel like is like a little bit on unequal playing ground here, because they're free of the 8 major allergens. So like they are doing good work for people with multiple food allergies, but since I only can't eat gluten, I feel like their products aren't the best. I definitely know if you're a strict vegan, they make chocolate chips that are vegan, and that can sometimes be hard to find. You know, they're a great option. Like I remember when we were at Disney a couple years ago for Christmas, that was like the allergen treat they were handing out, and like I will gladly eat a dairy-free cookie if that means that anyone with those 8 major allergens can get a treat. Like I'm willing to compromise, but in like ranking, okay, I think I have to move Against the Grain down to the bottom because I really like would not buy it, and then Enjoy Life up because like they make like really squishy like date cookies that are really good, and they make a crunch bar that's really good, but again like wouldn't be my top pick. Okay, can't release this one. This is Feel Good Foods. Y'all, if you do not know about Feel Good Foods, get to your nearest like Sprouts or Whole Foods, because they are worth every penny. Okay, they make more frozen food. They make things that I don't think anybody else makes, that like gluten-free pot stickers. Hello? Like that's something I used to like cry about. Like I just wanted to eat a pot sticker so bad. So yeah, pot stickers, egg rolls, they have empanadas, they have taquitos, they have, they just came out with like cauliflower pizza bites that are basically pizza rolls now. If y'all don't know about my hatred of cauliflower, that's a whole nother discussion, but like still pretty good. And then yesterday, oh my god. Yesterday I got breaded mac and cheese bites from them. They were like, they tasted like you would get them at a restaurant. They did not taste like cardboardy at all. They were incredible. Worth probably the like $5+ I spent on them. Amazing. Definitely to the top. To the top. Okay. Next up is Glutino. Now, Glutino has always been there for me from the beginning. For reference, I went gluten-free about 8 years ago, so definitely so many more brands have come out since then, and then I know that even then, 8 years ago, it was a lot easier than it was like 16 years ago, so I really feel for people who have been gluten-free like for years and years. But I just feel like Glutino hasn't really like improved since then. Like other brands have made improvements and there's like much better things tasting. Again, it's just like, it's there. Like if a friend like bought me gluten-free crackers and was like, oh here, I got these for you, I would be so thankful and I would eat them or whatever, but like I would not go out of my way to get Glutino stuff. Really the only thing that I love from them that isn't as easy to get other places is they make Oreos, but I think I'm gonna have to put them down here with Enjoy Life. They're just not, they're fine, but it's nothing I would like go out of my way to get. Like if my store stopped carrying Glutino stuff, I'd be fine. Okay, next up is Goody Girl. They make cookies, so you know, very important. Need a good dessert, and they are so good. They make a lot of cookies that I feel like are like childhood favorites that you can't eat anymore, and so it's not like the most like gourmet amazing cookie, but it tastes just like a Thin Mint or a Fudge Stripe or an Oreo, you know. They're really good. we were laughing at, I think they changed the name. I don't know if it was for like legal reasons or not, but we were laughing at Mint Slims. My sister was like thin mints, Mint Slims, and I was like, yes, but they're really good. Highly recommend. So I think they gotta go up here in the A category with Bob's Red Mill. They're really good. Okay, next up is Ian's. I'll admit I haven't tried a lot of their stuff, but like the stuff I have tried, like I got their breadcrumbs and it was just so bad. So, you know, I know they make a lot of like other frozen things similar, like they make chicken fingers and fish sticks and things like that, which like aren't my jam anyway. So maybe they're good if you have a little kid, but like they're not really anything. So they have to go down at the bottom. Alright, next up we have King Arthur. King Arthur, again, not an entirely gluten-free company, but they do make a gluten-free flour brand that I'd say rivals Cup for Cup. They call it Measure for Measure. And it's pretty good. It's my second like go-to. And if I was recommending so Cup for Cup actually has lactose in it, so it's not dairy-free and it's not like strictly vegan. So if I was recommending a flour to someone who needed it to be completely dairy-free, I would say King Arthur is the one. And then they also recently, we tried a brownie mix from them. That was so good. And it's like, it's really not that hard to make brownies from scratch, but like, if you're in a pinch and you just want a treat, they're really good. So, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if they go all the way to the top. I think they're gotta be down here. Okay. Next up, Char. I don't buy a lot of Char products because my stores I usually shop at don't stock them. And I think I hadn't even tried them until I visited family up north, and they buy a lot of Char products, and they're sold a lot of like Wegmans and stuff. So I can't say that I tried a ton of them, but they make a ciabatta bun that is really good. It's something different, has a different texture. It's like nice, like you feel like you're almost eating like if you make a hot sandwich, it's almost like a panini, like a melt. It's really good. So I'm kind of basing my decision a lot on that. They also make the lady fingers that we use to make tiramisu, which like I would definitely not just want to eat them because they're hard, but they make an amazing gluten-free tiramisu. I just thought of that. And Char, if you're listening, in the UK, they make Maltesers. They make Whoppers. And I can only imagine what that would taste like, because I love Whoppers. And if you don't know, Whoppers, Maltesers, are malted milk balls. They have malt in them, barley, not gluten-free. So like, I might move Char up on the list just for the hope that someday they will bring Maltesers / Whoppers to the US. I probably would cry. Like, if I could eat a gluten-free malted milk ball, I might weep for joy. There's only a really few number of things I miss in the world, and most of them are just kind of like novelty things like that, but okay, I think I'm gonna put Char on this B tier because it's nothing like amazing, jaw-dropping good, but it provides me with some good staples. Yeah, okay, and finally, we have Udi's. Udi's is like my ride or die good gluten-free products. They make so many things. And like have been there from the beginning, and I give them props for like, I feel like they're trying to improve their products. So like back in the day, their bread used to be really small and always full of holes, and it was kind of a joke. And then they partnered with Jason's Deli. I'm not sure if I think it's a national chain. And they carried like big bread, and you could even like buy the bread from Jason's, and it was like a real treat to be able to go to a place and eat a sandwich on like big bread. And now they've just rolled out a new like multi-grain bread, and it's actually really good. Like, again, used to just kind of eat bread as a vehicle for other things to get into my mouth, and now I'm like really enjoying toast. So I shout out to Udi's for like improving. I used to buy their bagels, but now I prefer Canyon House, or Canyon Bakehouse. The only thing, they used to make tortillas that were really good before I could get tortillas. The only thing really I'd say that's like a flop from Udi's is their pizza crusts. And I don't even know if they still sell them, but their pizza crusts were never really good, but it was like, you could make a cheap, easy pizza. It almost tasted like the equivalent of like a Lunchables pizza crust, like almost like thin, crackery, cardboardy. But really, I think that was their only flop. Muffins. They even do frozen dinners now. I mean, Udi's is, I think, like, nothing is jaw-dropping from Udi's, but I don't know. Does it go God tier? Does it go to the top? Like, they've always been there for me. Can I betray them like that? I think maybe they have to go to the top. I mean, yeah, Udi's, like, you have done a lot for me over the years. Okay, there we have it. That's how I rank these brands. Honestly, it gets a little hairy in the middle. I know the ones I hate, for sure. I know the ones I would, like, not waste my money on again. But the middle gets a little hairy, where it's like, these are things where, like, I like them.
I like it, but not a lot. I don't like it.
But some things, and also some products are much better than other products from the same company. But I guess the overall takeaway is, if you need flour, Cup for Cup is the way. If you want, like, good, frozen, nostalgic food, Feel Good Foods. Nostalgic cookies, goody girl. And honestly, I'm just really thankful that I have so many options. Like I said, it's exploded even in the time that I've been gluten-free. It used to be Udi's and Glutino. That was it. And the Udi's bread was pretty shitty, but it was something. So, if you want to fight me on any of these choices, no, I'm just kidding. So, if you want to try this yourself, like I said, I'll leave the link to the little thing I created in the description box below, and you can see how your choices shake out, and I would love to know what goes in your God tier. What did I miss? Like I said, couldn't include every type, but like, what are your amazing gluten-free products that you maybe would kill for? What are your, like, top must-have, I would drive an hour to the store to buy these products, like, must-have gluten-free products? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking to try new things. Maybe there's something I haven't heard about. So it's really cool to see companies expanding and growing, and I'm really thankful for that. I'm glad that I no longer feel so deprived of food. So, like I said, let me know what your ranking would be in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!